Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Nightwing Issue number 2. Take a look at this comic cover right here. Now, where we last left off in issue number 1, there is an assassin going around whose name, and pardon me if I cannot pronounce this correctly, Seiko? Saiko? Seiko? Anyways, he's going around and he wants to assassinate Dick Grayson because Dick Grayson is apparently a murderous killer. That's news to me and news to Dick Grayson. But anyways, Dick Grayson switches to Nightwing and takes on this assassin. However, the assassin gains the upper hand and pins Dick Grayson to the ground, which leads us into issue number 2. Dick Grayson continues his fight with this assassin, going back and forth, and doing some pretty cool moves in the process. However, the assassin used a diversion to get away. Then Dick Grayson is confronted by one of the girls that he grew up with in the circus. She needs a ride to Haley Circus's owner, Mr. Haley. Dick Grayson goes there and he actually gets the deed from Mr. Haley. He gives it to Dick Grayson and he says that he wants him to have the deed to the whole entire circus. While this goes on, the assassin finds out that Dick Grayson is actually Nightwing. So there is another confrontation between the two of them. Who will come out on top? Will Mr. Haley die? And will Nightwing hook up with this girl that he has known all his life from the circus? Well, you're just going to have to read and see. So let's get into the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Good. Well, Kyle Higgins has a great voice for Dick Grayson. When he's serious, Dick Grayson is serious. But when he's playful, he's playful. There's some good dialogue that goes on in here. And the action here is really nice. I particularly like when Dick Grayson is drawn well in action scenes because he has such a unique acrobatic style to him. It's not like your classic superhero punch, kick, superpower. It's him doing various different unique parkour acrobatics that makes his style cool and fun to read and watch. The story is okay. The assassin angle is a little bit better than the Haley Circus angle, but it's still an okay story. And geez, it only takes 2 issues for Dick Grayson to have sex. Hey, Dick Grayson is the biggest ladies' man in all the DC universe, more so than Bruce. So I'm actually surprised that it took this long for Dick Grayson to have sex with a woman. The art is fantastic. Some great art. I just flabbergasted at how well Dick Grayson is drawn in this. Bad. The only bad is it feels as though issue number 2 kind of comes to a conclusion. It's like the assassin kind of disappears. We get a little bit of resolve of what happens with the Haley Circus thing. I mean, there's enough to kind of go on. I mean, he still has a deed. There's some secret going on at the circus. And he has to go on road with the circus. But it feels as though this was a wrap-up issue where stuff didn't even get wrapped up. There's still a lot of things throwing out in the air, but it feels as though this is like the end of a story arc. Does that make sense? I don't know if you guys will feel that way, but that's kind of what I felt. And it was kind of confusing. But other than that, whether or not you should pick up this issue. And really, that was the only bad. This issue was good. It was maybe not quite as good as the first issue. Actually, now that I look at it, and I think hard, it's probably just as good as the first issue, but not quite better. Kyle Higgins is doing a good job with Dick Grayson. The only thing is I'm just not overly invested with the story too much. Whatever the secret is behind Haley Circus, he really needs to throw it at me, and really needs to throw it at me soon so I can get some interest, some more interest in this. But great action, great art, great dialogue. It's just the story needs to happen for me to get invested. So a solid 4 stars out of 5 for good old Nightwing, good old Dick Grayson here. This is a good series. If you're a fan of Dick and you're a fan of what happened to Dick when he was Batman, you're probably going to enjoy this. So pick it up. There's not much more to say other than that. It was a solid, good issue, and it's probably one of the things that I enjoyed the most this week. Whether or not it makes it as my DC pick of the week, you're just going to have to wait. But yes, Nightwing, very good issue. So with that said, I'm going to end this review here. Pick it up. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.